I'm thrilled to be here tonight to honor Women with a Vision at this year's President's Reception. Women with a Vision's organizing and advocacy in New Orleans were crucial to the success of our challenge against Louisiana's crime against nature by solicitation statute. So here's a short video that highlights our work together over the past year.
At a press conference this morning, a group of lawyers and advocates announced a lawsuit against Bobby Jindal and others on behalf of 9 anonymous plaintiffs. Now, the goal is to have them taken off of the sex offender registry for crime against nature convictions. Crime against nature is a 205-year-old statute. When someone is accused of solicitation of sex, it can either be a crime against nature charge or a prostitution charge. But these advocacy groups say the crime against nature charge is unconstitutional and unfair. It only covers certain sexual acts, which can lead to discriminatory enforcement against poor women, African Americans, and homosexuals. We spoke with the executive director of a women's group who said winning this lawsuit would even the playing field.
I think this is a groundbreaking moment. I think if we're talking about a New Orleans and a new city and reforming the criminal justice system and making New Orleans a better place for its residents, this is a step in the right direction.
When I present my ID for anything, I have to go into this big long speech about what this charge is. Being transgendered even puts that much more stigma on it because we're already looked at as social outcasts. So, I mean, the discrimination is just ongoing and ongoing and ongoing, and I personally don't feel like it fits the crime.
Women with a Vision is an incredible organization that works with and advocates for women and the LGBT community in New Orleans. What I think is so effective about Women with a Vision is that it empowers people by looking at issues of sexual and reproductive health holistically. Women with a Vision gives people a place to share their experiences of police misconduct, of violence, and of the destructive effects of criminal justice policies, and linking those to broader public health issues. And I think this is why Women with a Vision became the hub of organizing opposition to the crime against nature statute. And Women with a Vision truly gave shape to our understanding of the issue and how ultimately we ended up presenting it to the court. We couldn't have possibly had a more incredible community partner in this litigation. They've really been an inspiration at every step. So I'm proud to say that on March 29th of this year, we won the case. Yes. And the federal district court down in New Orleans agreed that forcing individuals convicted of crime against nature by solicitation is unconstitutional. It ordered the state to cease and desist from doing so and to remove our clients from the sex offender registry. So this was So it was a tremendous victory for our clients and for many other women of color, transgender women, and gay men who were targeted and impacted by this discriminatory and archaic law. Before we welcome Deon to the stage, I'd like to thank our co-counsel in the case, who I think are out here tonight, Andrea Ritchie, and our co-counsel from Cleary Gottlieb. Thank them for their incredibly hard work on this case. Deon, you and your colleagues and friends at Women with a Vision have been really just truly outstanding and incredible partners to CCR, and I'm so proud to present you with our Ally for Social Change Award.
Sarah told me that I had 3 minutes, and I was like, I'm going to be quick. And I always say I'm going to make it real quick. I'm one of those people I never write down what I'm going to say, because the work that we do and the passion that I have for being a part of such an amazing organization is truly the passion that's in my heart, so I can never write it down. This is not just, oh, we won. We're from Louisiana. And I've been traveling for the last 2 months, and I've been on about 5 or 6 Hill visits talking to Louisiana politicians. So Vince joined me at the bar. But just trying to explain to them what the people need. And it's not an easy thing to do, but this, when we figured out what was going on, to the extent it was going on, it was an easy decision for us to make. It was an easy decision for us to say it just wasn't right. It wasn't right, and something had to be done. And we were told that you couldn't win. It's the state of Louisiana. You're just a small group of black women. It's not going to happen. And I said, I promise you, it will. And I have to, my mother is in the back, my partner is in the back, some of, a board member, Kenyon, Allen, Laura McTighe, and all the lawyers that worked with us. We're truly a family, and you know that's how we Southerners are. But together, it was kind of strange that I had to travel from Louisiana to New York to try to get attention for this issue. But it truly is an example of when you know something is wrong, and you know it in your heart, and you make a decision that you're not just going to walk past it, and you're just not going to be one of those people like, well, it's been going on, there's nothing we can do. And when you look at the issue that it affected not just poor people, the most oppressed people in our country, poor women who sit on the margins of our society, transgender women who sit on the margins, and the people who are part of the lesbian and gay community, those people who are on the margins. And so this was an amazing and historic feat, because for once we fought for those people who had no voice. And we led this case by telling their stories. And not that we didn't struggle, I just told our lawyers that we were going to do it our way. But they understood that. I think it was when I began to love lawyers. And I know that may sound strange, but I'm one of those people. Lawyers haven't always been good to the people that we represent, and they haven't done a good job by them, but CCR has. And I made a comment to Bill Quigley, and he said, what's next? I said, I don't know, I guess we got to strategize again. So the work continues in New Orleans. The fight is definitely not over, because there are some people who've been living under this crime against nature statute, some of them for more than 40 years. And so we have people who will never enter the workforce because they've been out of it, because they've been labeled as a sex offender. So when you see these issues and you know they're going on, this is why the work of organizations like mine and CCR is so important, and it's important that it is supported. And so we thank you.